Hello, welcome to Geeks Talking Geek. It is the holiday season. Get your ugly Christmas sweaters, your Santa hats, get your cookies and your and your cocoa. It is time for us to talk about geek stuff. And with me is always the great Eric O'Sullivan, Reverend Sully.
Woo! The salt in the soup, one could say. Wow!
Yeah. And we have a rare surprise. We have Wakasashi Gray from the Island of the Rising Sun. How's it going?
It's good, thanks. Merry Christmasu, as we say over here. Merry Christmas. Looking forward to talking geek with you all. Great to see you. Thanks for having me on, mate.
All right, and we also have Kenzo.
Man. Yes, from the land of the failing economy.
That's me, mate. This is well.
Hey, it's gonna be all of us soon.
Oh my god!
America will lead you all once again to shake off the bounds and the shackles of your progressive postmodernism.
Yeah. I'm waiting to make us look up, Eric. Look up.
We need a tea party.
We do need a tea party. Really, literally.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We have some great announcements that have come, and some also not so great. We'll be also talking about some of the great things that has happened, some of the great best and the worst that has happened this year in 2024.
Indeed. But before we do anything, my Latino friend, please appease the threes of us kind of Celtic, kind of people-ish. Today is the winter solstice.
It's
yes, it is.
And so there's like these celebrations at Stonehenge, and it's the shortest night of the year, and it's a very special time of year.
Longest night, the shortest day. Come on, everyone.
Something like that.
I've never been to Stonehenge for the winter solstice, but I have been for the summer solstice.
I wonder if Just Stop Oil is going to be there again.
They wasn't there when I was there. There was lots of people playing drums, smoking funny smelling stuff, and there was a couple of people walking around naked also.
Oh, do you have the clove cigarettes over there? I say.
All right, so let's go with our first thing. I heard this on Tuesday, and I did not know what the hell was going on. So Sarah Bernstead, one of the worst editors, is leaving left Marvel on Monday.
Oh, are we clapping? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is. That's how ungeeky I am.
Tour misogyny. No. Sarah Brunstad. She's just one of the girl empowering. She's the editor. She edits a lot of Teenie Howard, a lot of Stephanie Phillips. You know what I mean? The girls club kind of shit.
She was the one that gave Teenie Howard that push on those 3 books that nobody read. It was like it was just like one of the things, like it was her own little girls club, and Jordan White just let it happen.
That's what she said.
So
wow, yeah.
So like there's this one rumor that Joe Casey he wanted to do around that time, like Wes brought this up. He wanted to do a video. Joe Casey. He wanted to do a comic, right? He wanted to do a comic about called Weapon X, which was going to have like Wolverine, Laura Kinney, and other members that were part of the Weapon Plus program, and a superhero team up, and it was going to and Jordan White actually liked the pitch, and he said that they were going to hold back on it until like after the fall of X and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like after that, from what Wes said, that Joe Casey said that they kept pushing it back after the relaunch and everything, and all of a sudden, his title or a title adjacent, similar to his, called Weapon X Men, ends up going to another writer, and and a lot.
Was it Erica Schultz?
Yeah, Erica Schultz.
Okay.
So it was like, why? And Joe Casey was like, why? He's like, but this was my idea. Why is Erica Schultz writing it? And Tom Bavort was like, we thought we were having this idea around, and we wanted to get in. And Sarah Brunswick thought that Erica could tell the story better. But he's like, but this was my idea. He's like, who can verify it? Is like, wow, she just stole this title right under his nose.
That's the cutthroat workplaces of the print publication magazine biz still going on. That was my byline, Lois Lane. I'll get you.
Hey, stay in your lane, Jimmy Olsen. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What was this Lois' sister's name? That's a lane you could stay in. Lucy Lane. Yeah.
Oh, Lucy Lane. I like that. Lucy Lane.
Yeah.
Lois' sister, General Lane's daughters. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a sister.
I didn't. Speaking of, I didn't know she had a sister. How canonical is MJ's sister? Is that from Amazing Spider-Man?
No idea.
As well?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was from.
Okay.
They introduced her during the when they were completely going into her past. And Spider-Man and she basically was talking about how her entire past and how her mother was basically part of an abusive marriage, and and she had an older sister, and her older sister ended up having also an abusive marriage, and she ended up leaving with 2 kids, and she swore that she would never have that type of relationship.
Never, ever, ever again.
Never say never.
Never, ever, ever. Your friends talking, my friends talking, they all talk to me.
This is why I dropped the comment, Bandito. Let's see if Bandito can control us this stream. No chance. There's no chance with Eric on here.
He's going to Taylor Swift mode. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. But like, what are your thoughts about this?
It was weird seeing her in Ultimate Spider-Man 12, like, because I'm like Eric, I don't know the character, so I was like, okay, MJ's got a sister, and she seems a bit like not very nice.
Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah, this one they changed her dramatically because they wanted her to be like this failing actress who actually got jealous of MJ's success, but then MJ walked away to be with her family, and she wanted to see if MJ was basically failing at being a mother and a wife. But when she came in, she saw that MJ was completely happy. So.
Exactly. Like, oh boy, you could do better. It was like the Hallmark. Okay, great, Kenzo. Are you familiar with what we Yanks call the Hallmark holiday movie syndrome?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Ultimate Spider-Man 12 was kind of like 95% of a Hallmark holiday special. Just like it was just family drama and B stories, and it was actually, now this is the 3rd issue of Ultimate Spider-Man of 12 that have been like really talky and very little action. There was the J. Jonah Jameson Ben Parker, investigative reporter one, and then there was that one, and then there was the dinner date.
Yeah, the dinner date.
Oh yeah,
with the Osborns before that. And so you were used to it. So now we're like, okay, now this is part of Hickman storytelling here. So now I'm kind of used to it. So I'm not put off by it. And because I fucking loved the twist at the end.
Yes.
That was really good. I like.
For those of you who do not know, Peter's AI suit took form as him. And this might be the beginning of Ultimate Venom.
Yeah. Like what is, because symbiotes exist in the old Ultimate Universe, so that Maker, it donned a symbiote as part of like his power set. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
is it Null, that Ultimate Null, that's part of Maker's power set? Or
so
something?
yeah, with the black pupils, the black eyes. Sorry, completely black eyes. I wasn't sure. Is it meant to be Venom? Meant to be a symbiote? Or is it something else? Something darker?
It's kind of like similar to like the nanobot suit that they had on Spider-Man Unlimited, series, but they said like in one issue they said that their AI suit wasn't on, and so he based it off his own. He said turn it on and base it off my personality, and basically it basically took his place at when him and Harry got kidnapped by Kraven, just so he wouldn't put MJ. He wouldn't have MJ in trouble, or MJ worry about him. So it was just like, wow, that's a good twist, and I cannot wait to see more of this. I mean, especially like issue 15 where they're going to introduce Ultimate Sandman, and it looks like he's having a daddy-daughter day with May in the cover.
Oh yeah, okay.
But let's go. Speaking about Spider-Man, the relaunch was announced this week, and Joe Kelly is going to be heading the helm with art from Pepe Larraín and John Romita Jr.
And I love that.
Yeah, and I can only say that the art's going to be good, but it's like they're just playing it safe after the disastrous run with Wells.
That's exactly what you got to do. You got to play safe with your flagship character, your flagship magazine.
And one of the things is that they say that like for the first few issues, they're going to bring back a villain who has not been seen for 7 years, and I'm going to go with Spider Slayer.
7 years, like who could it be?
No idea.
I mean, like 7 years. It's like
I'm thinking it's going to be the Spider Slayer, Alex Trescent, because he was actually killed in the Dan, like close to the end of the Dan Slott run.
So the relaunching, yeah. So do you guys know what volume it's going to be now? Is it volume 8 or is that now? Is it volume 9? So new number track. 1.
Probably volume 8.
I've lost track too. I don't know.
Volume 7, probably, because the whole thing with the Zeb Wells run, it just rubbed a lot of fans, including me, the wrong way, and it's just bad. It was just bad, and especially like I sent you guys the post that Carlos Gomez put on Instagram. And right now he's working on all new Venom.
Zeb Wells, you are on the naughty list.
And like the hate is real because I don't know whose idea was it, if it was Nick Lowe's or if it was Al Ewing who said that he could do a story with these two, but he put MJ and Paul in all new Venom, and people were saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pass on this book because it has the devil in the man bun."
Poor
it's
misunderstood Paul.
this is what I just hate it when people say this, because it's like, oh, Paul did nothing wrong. Paul caused a genocide. Paul did it all for profit. He could put his mentally ill father to bring it into a project that could cause the end of the world. And and instead of taking him off the project, what did he do? He put his best friend to watch him, and his best friend ended up getting killed. It is like saying Magnus the Red. It is like saying Magnus the Red did nothing wrong in Warhammer. It is like saying Griffith did nothing wrong in Berserk.
Eric, is he on the naughty list, Paul?
It's like saying Aznavour did nothing
Paul's
wrong.
on the nice list because he's putting up with MJ's bullshit. MJ's a fucking diva. She's a brat. She's moody. She also has a period once a month that makes her a real dingbat to live with. So you know what I mean? So Paul is like a saint. He's gonna put up with her fucking model bullshit. Remember, she's a hot piece of ass. She's high maintenance, man.
This is what I hate. It's like I'm thinking that Al Ewing is going to bring in that past that battered women pass with that MJ's had with her family, but she's going to see it through Paul, have him be controlling, manipulative, and maybe even hit Dylan. And
Bandito, could you do us a favor? Can you share this image? It's the Pepe Larraz wraparound cover, for the new number 1. I just want to ask you guys, who do you think this villain might be?
Hang on.
Let's take a gander.
Let me see. Where is it? Oh, okay.
It should be at the bottom of the. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Here we go.
Okay.
This one here, I know most of them, but this next to Mrs. Electro or whoever, there's a one with four or 5 arms, 6 arms. Hey, who's this?
Yeah, that's like probably something from the Dan Slott run.
Oh, okay, no idea who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
All right, so here's Tombstone. Here's the one who got Electra.
Green
Here's the Electro. Rhino, Lizard. Lizard looks pretty good.
Yeah, Lizard looks cool.
Lie. Yeah. There's Chasm. God
Mysterio.
Damn. Mysterio. Here's Doc Ock.
Hobgoblin's in the background.
There's Queen Goblin right there.
That's it. I forgot that. Yeah, Queen Goblin. Forgot about her. Okay, interesting.
And Hobgoblin too.
There's Batman in the background as well.
Like which one too? You know.
There's Shocker right here.
The Sandman.
Yeah.
Okay, nice one.
So
nice image.
Yeah, nice image.
We've lost Eric.
Sorry. I hit.
No.
Yeah.
It's the Gremlins. It's the Leprechauns.
I know this. I don't know. I'm gonna give like the first few issues a shot, but I mean.
Me too.
It's going to. I mean, one of the things that I really do not like is that the character Shay. She's just such a blank slate. She's basically just a plot device. She's just there to move She's just there to move it forward. She has
her last name is MacGuffin, right?
Yeah, basically it could be
Shay MacGuffin. That's like
it's just like she'll give Peter advice and then she'll disappear, and it's like God, for fuck's sake! If you have so much faith in her, why are you putting Blackjack and Mary Jane on the covers?
Property rights. Variant covers. I mean, you have sexy variant covers with Black Cat and MJ.
Yeah, but then if you have so much faith in her, why is she not on the regular covers? I mean, they have Black Cat and Mary Jane on the regular covers too, but it's not going to. It's like they won't sell her. They won't sell her because she's not even a great character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so convinced Nick Lowe is writing the fan letters, is writing the fan letters to to get people hyped up for this book.
Pikachu being naughty, Eric? Really? I can't believe it.
Wicked naughty.
Wicked naughty.
Wicked, evil, naughty Zoot.
Yeah.
Can we ask Kenzo, are you reading Spider-Man, any of the titles? Or
I am not. No. I'm
okay.
not reading
What are you reading?
Hmm?
Kenzo, what are you reading?
The last, like I haven't been buying many comics. The last thing I read was Mark Miller, the super villains, super crooks.
Super Crux. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. Mark Miller's had some good stuff out this year.
I got it for 99 pence. I actually went into the comic store to buy a.
99
I went in there
pence.
to buy a Gundam, to buy some Gunpla, and because in the Forbidden Planet one they have in the city in Cambridge, it's mainly manga and like toys, anime statues, T-shirts and stuff. You know, they do have comics in there, but there's a hell of a lot more like Japanese stuff than there is American comics.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We do have another one in Bedford that is a bit more comic centric rather than the Japanese stuff. So I do tend to go there if I'm looking for comics. But it's not the first time that when we went to London recently, I went down there with a couple of the Comicsgate lads, and we went down to London Comic Con. And,
Really?
Yeah, and when we were
What was
down
that
there,
like?
it was good. It was a good day actually. It was good. Yeah. It was. There was some cool cosplayers there. To be honest,
Did you meet Pete Gilmore?
No, Pete Gilmore didn't come. No.
Okay.
No.
He's a Brit, right?
He certainly is.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're talking about trying to do a meetup like coming soon this summer maybe, and I'm gonna go to that. I did meet Commie Mark in person though.
Oh, great.
Okay.
No, he's a good dude.
It must have been fun.
It was, but to be fair, like we hung up, we spent the day amongst a lot of people that say if we were on Twitter, I would probably be arguing with. But
Exactly.
I didn't have any issues. Everyone was friendly. It was a really nice vibe in there. Like, and I'd definitely go again. I don't know if I'll cosplay. I'm not brave enough to do that.
Yeah, I actually went to Fan Expo, and
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
and I took my buddy Sylth. You met Sylth, right? Remember?
Yeah.
He actually dressed up as Ghostface because one of the things he loves doing when he goes to like these big fan events is he likes to cosplay, and he's transitioning into a man, so he could actually pull off either a female or a male cosplay. But I told him like one last minute that hey buddy, my sister can't make it. You think you want to come? And he's like, oh really? Oh, let me get a cosplay. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, dude. And then like he's like, I'm gonna use my Halloween costume. I'm gonna go as Ghostface. So I'm like, all right.
Actually, I think the best cosplay I saw was there was a guy who was dressed up as Chris Chan, and he had the medallion. He's a comic book creator, you know. He's
yeah, I know. He's the freaking queen of the lol cows.
He certainly is.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to the next. We're going to talk about the Superman trailer, and it just dropped the same day that the Spider-Man relaunch was announced. Now, I know you saw it, Gray. Did you guys see it?
Of course,
Yeah.
man.
I watched Ethan EFAP it.
So that means you've seen it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of Crypto, and I like Crypto. He's cute, and he's small. And he doesn't have to be a giant dog. He can be a nice normal sized dog, white fluffy dog. You know what I mean, with intelligent eyes and personality.
Yeah.
And he just has the trappings. He's got the cape.
What
the collar.
Sorry, Eric. What do you think that they're going to go for as a origin for him in the movies?
Probably just the simplest explanation possible. Like he was in Kal-El's capsule with him, I guess.
Okay.
You know, this is just like, to keep him company. This is
I
puppy.
think that's the only way they'll be able to do it, isn't it? Yeah, I think so.
You know,
Yeah,
or
because
unless Kara Zor-El brings him from Argo, they can fudge that, but that's just speculation.
yeah, I mean, I know they got the lead actress for House of the Dragons to play Kara Zor-El, and they got like the entire half the members of the Justice Society on there too. I was like when I saw Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and I'm like, yeah, I know it's comic accurate, but it
he hasn't looked that way since 1993. I mean, yeah, seriously. I mean, when Guy Gardner Warrior, he lost that. That was like when the last. Yeah, we were talking about it on Twitter, because we've been saying he hasn't looked that way since the 80s, and of course, someone said, "Excuse me, but no, that's his last appearance at the Bold Cut was in Guy Gardner Warrior #4, published in 1993." And just perfectly geeky answer. Thank you.
Sure.
But still, so it has been still 30 years since he's looked like that.
He did kind of look a bit goofy, but you've got to remember this is a James Gunn movie.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of the characters he did in the Suicide Squad, there was a lot of characters that got sort of killed off in quick succession. He does some kind of subverted comedic stuff, but can still keep a serious storyline. So I don't think it's going to be jokes every 5 seconds. I think he'll try. I think he's going to try and appease the fans of the Donna Superman.
I mean, it does look like it's going to be Superman versus a bunch of different threats that come to either come to the planet or from or are from the planet themselves. And one of the things is he's going to have to deal with Lex Luthor as well.
Yeah.
He looks. I'm telling you, the guy who's playing him looks great as Lex Luthor.
I want to say this about Guy Gardner's haircut, though, because Guy Gardner is the toxic male. He's toxic masculinity. He's boorish. He's a womanizer. He says brash things. So of course that they gave him this most ridiculous, simple Jack looking haircut. And that was on purpose to balance probably the brash, headstrong, petite Latina hot girl and Mr. Terrific too. The third Michael Holt,
who's probably the coolest, the most level-headed guy in the entire group.
Michael Holt, the third smartest man on the planet. Yeah, that's who he is, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
So, but it's meant to there you go. There's your. But he's meant to look. Because he's got to get ripped down a peg or two. So, of course, he's got, it's for effect.
There was also a blink and you'll miss it of Metamorpho. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he looks kind of a little bit too alien to me.
Yep.
I don't know if you... Okay, let me pull up his image. I know he's not supposed to. He looks different in the comic books. That he looks, but I mean, a lot of the comic books are basically a lot of the image, a lot of the characters look very comic book accurate. I mean, look at Mr. Terrific's mask. It just looks like, I don't know if it's makeup or if it's digital, but they did a great job with this mask.
Eric, are you going to read, and Bandito, are you going to read Metamorpho, I'm going to say Elephant, The Element Man, issue 1, coming out next week. Al Ewing writing, Steve Lieber on art.
I like.
Probably
Not
not.
me either.
If it's in my pirate chest, yeah.
The art looks quite fun. It looks quite funny, but a bit goofy.
Yeah, this is good. This is like the blink and you'll miss it shot of Metamorpho. Like, look, he does have like one side purple, one side orange right here, and the actor that they got to play him played Victor Zsasz in the Gotham series.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought it looked pretty
funny.
good.
Yeah,
Very striking image there.
yeah, and so like one of the things that I'm excited about is seeing like. They did show like Jonathan Kent in there, and like one of the things is like
Clark Kent has been getting a lot of hate online.
Really.
Well, he's broccoli haircut.
No, no, they're talking about Pa Kent.
Okay,
Clark Kent, yeah.
Yeah, it's like why he actually looks like
They looked all right.
I'm just saying online, I've been seeing.
You having to go at bald people, are you, kids? Oh my God!
No, not me personally. I'm just saying this.
Okay.
The discourse online has been a few people complaining about the choice.
the way he looks, the way he dressed, he looks like a farmer. And that's
I'm just glad he's not Kevin Costner again.
He is a farmer.
He is a farmer.
Yeah,
he's a farmer, for goodness sake. He should be strong and bulky.
He's this like salt of the earth.
Sorry.
He's this salt of the earth type of guy who will work on the fields until his hands bleed, and raise the animals and do things that needs to be done. So yeah, I think the way that they're doing the character, the way that they're making the character look, it's really great.
We didn't even get a proper look at him. We just saw like from behind, didn't we? Really, a little bit at the side. That was it. It's like, okay.
I'm pretty sure they're arable crop farmers, though. I don't know if they keep animals.
Well, yeah, you have to keep some animals. They do live in Kansas.
Okay. I've never been there myself.
What do people grow, or what's like farming in Kansas?
Wheat.
Is it mainly wheat?
Yeah, corn and wheat, and and then have livestock too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Corn, wheat, barley.
Yeah,
like that.
Cotton,
beans.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, no, cotton's more in the south.
Probably
no hemp.
I would say soybeans. Soybeans are a really soybeans are a big staple. But the American heartland, it's wheat, and it's from wheat you get flour, you get bread, you get you also get corn. There's corn and wheat. And
down in the cornfields.
Wonder what else if they have. I wonder if you can grow cotton there too.
Yeah,
but,
Roman's in the chat. Hey Roman, how you doing?
Hey Roman,
Nice to see you, mate.
Hey Roman, I can't see the chat one bit.
For me, in regards to the trailer too, it was nice to hear the John Williams music, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred.
Go on, go for it.
I think I would have preferred to hear trumpets and like an orchestra instead of having it on the electric guitar.
The 80s electric guitar solo.
Yeah, it sounded a bit Top Gunny kind of.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah, it's just like
it was a bit cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
It was nice to hear that because, to be fair, a lot of the contemporary trailers that we're seeing nowadays have gone down this route where they would take an 80s or 90s rock or pop song and then kind of use it, and have like a choir singing it in parts and with like boom, 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 and then like so it was good to just hear the traditional music instead of that tripe.
I'm glad it wasn't, like a rap
Sounded
song
like
or something instead.
it sounded like James Gunn, but I still dug it.
Mm-hmm.
At least it wasn't Kevin. What's he called? Kevin Bacon singing on it.
Yeah.
Although I do like the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. I've got a lot of stick for that, but I think it's really fun.
I thought it was
a fun
man.
Christmas special.
Yeah, I liked the Guardians stuff.
I did like this Guardians movies. I thought they were good. And like his Suicide Squad movie was like he wanted to go outside of the norm of what Zack Snyder was doing.
I enjoyed it, but I've never had the urge to watch it again. Does that make sense? I enjoyed watching it once. I saw it in the cinema, and then I was like, it's on streaming now. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it either, and I did enjoy it. It was
same.
Was
That's weird, isn't it?
Oh, we already talked about that, Roman.
Oh, Guy's hair. Yeah, Eric was a bit angry about that, wasn't he? Eric, like,
what?
Oh, what are they doing to a Guy?
Oh,
he's an asshole, isn't he? In the comics, Eric. He's a bit of an asshole. So that's why they're showing him, I think, like that.
Exactly. They're trying to humiliate him because
he's like that in the comics. That's his character.
But he's actually he's got great character arc because he's like that's only one part of his character.
Yeah,
and
no.
Then,
it's good to have that though as a hero. A bit of an idiot.
One of his hot-headed moments was when he stood up to Batman and ended up.
I wish we could see that in the movie. Get punched by Batman.
I'm sure if he was saving you from some kind of cosmic villain, you wouldn't be like, dude, man, I ain't having you save me with that bowl haircut, man. What's going on?
No, of course.
No, you'd be saying I ain't having that maggot save me. Because he's definitely, like just that kind of guy.
Nah.
Totally. Oh, Guy Gardner's a Trump voter. I was just going to say that Clark Kent would be a Trump voter.
Yeah,
but not all Trump voters wear MAGA hats, do they? There's like different levels of Trump voters, aren't there?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
What do I know? I'm from England.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy was kind of a dick. But that's what made him fun in the comics. That's what was good about his character.
You can't make him look cool.
He's not perfect.
Because the other, the other people on his Justice League International, Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific, are probably going to give him his learning moments and his education on how to, and I can feel it. I'm not saying it's woke. I don't know.
No, it sounds like a Comicsgate take, Eric.
Really? Oh my goodness!
But it doesn't bother me. I supported Comicsgate in my time.
Yeah,
no, I think it's I just think it's kind of obvious because it's show don't tell, and it's just like this is a ridiculous look for a hero, but this hero has his character's baggage, which is arrogance, which is what we would define as toxic masculinity, womanizing, male gaze, objectification, quick to anger. He's like Sawyer from Lost. He'll give you a nickname and he'll make fun of you. He'll bust your balls. So he's got a lot of these classic male traits that he will have his learning moments. But the haircut itself, that's just meant to further, just to further humiliate him. Yeah.
All right. So Roman brought this up. Curious about Gunn casting. His Green Lantern's Guy and Hal are too old for the roles. Good actors who missed the windows. I did not know he casted someone as Hal Jordan. Who did he cast?
I didn't know.
For the show. I forget the name. I know I can see him in my mind, but he's like 50.
Well, yeah, kind of like when Disney casted what's his name for Blade. And he's like 50 years old right now.
Wesley Snipes?
No, not him.
Oh.
I don't even want to try and say his name because I'll butcher it.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Mahershala.
Like that.
He would have been good. He would have been alright, I thought. Bring back Wesley. That's what I say. Come on.
Hey, older guys look younger these days. I'm 52. I'm 52. I don't look it.
So am I, Eric.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh. Wesley looked great in Deadpool Wolverine. I thought he pulled it off. He was convincing,
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. You know, as a more mature, like a little bit of an old man Blade style.
Yeah, I really did like it. Who that Wesley Snipes as Blade. Oh, it's Kyle Chandler.
I still haven't seen it.
Kyle Chandler. Okay,
Kyle Chandler was what? He was in
nothing about the
Friday Night
show.
Lights.
Yeah, he was in Friday. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So
Kyle
like
Chandler.
it was just confirmed that it's going to be Kyle Chandler.
Oh, okay. He looks pretty good here, but yeah, he is older, but he looks pretty good next to the
Right.
comic book picture.
But he's Hal Jordan, and it's a bit.
He's not going to be in the movie though. Is this you talking about? This is the TV series he's working on, yeah?
Yeah, it's called Lanterns.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Max. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Cool.
going
I
to
hope
be
it's good.
him. Yeah, it's
That's
going
good.
to be like it's going to be like Kyle Chandler. It's going to be like Kyle Chandler, John
And
Stewart,
Stewart. It was a rookie
and
learning from like the veteran.
and that new girl and that other girl that DC was pushing, that DC has in Green, that they introduced in Green Lantern Corps.
Jessica Cruz
Yeah, her.
or Jojo Mullen.
I think they're introducing both because they're like 3 Green Lanterns from Earth learning from like one of the best Green Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I'm impressed, Eric. You got both their names.
And there's
I
Simon-
only remember Jessica Cruz, but
And there's
yeah.
Simon Baz and
Kyle
there's,
Rayner.
Like, yeah.
Is
'Cause,
Jo,
like,
was
what-
it JoJo the new one? The
Yeah.
what was that in? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Her name. I was from Far Sector, and
That's it. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
actually pretty good, you know. That got a bit of
Oh man, I hated that.
criticism at the time, but I thought it was all right.
I didn't. I tried to pick. I picked up the pocketbook, the compact format one, and I was
Yeah.
gonna give it a try. $10. You know, why not give it a try? I love Green Lantern. I could not stand. I couldn't get past the lettering. The lettering was just so digital. And you know what? I'm not a big fan of Jamal Campbell's artwork.
I was going to say, what do you think of the art? The art was a little bit, yeah.
And the
wasn't
coloring is wicked garish. And I mean, and just then the story, the story was Metza, and I'm like, it's just, I love Green Lantern though.
Yeah, I actually can't wait for this like Batman Gotham by Gaslight, Rise of Justice, which has like the steampunk versions that's coming out next year. It's going to have the steampunk version of the Justice League, which were introduced in the miniseries that just ended last month, or
Really?
in
What's
October.
this, animation or live action?
No, it was
comic?
actually a comic book.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Sounds
Gotham-
cool.
They did a-
Okay. Gotham
Sounds
by
good, man.
Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age.
Yeah,
And that's like they developed that into like a steampunk JLA.
yeah.
Mm.
Let me pull up.
I liked Gotham by Gaslight, the first one that came out when I was in middle school, and it just introduced me to Mike Mignola's artwork, which was
Same here, yeah. I still have me original copy, Eric. Do you? I remember getting it,
Yeah.
paying quite a lot for it at the time.
Yeah, it was
I ended up
paper round money.
Ooh. Like Batman
ended up-
versus Jack the Ripper. There was nothing else in the world like that. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was just like one of the biggest things you like a comic book fan would want to see.
That was before I knew about Hellboy. I think that was that before
It was
Hellboy?
before
I'm not sure,
Hellboy,
but-
yeah, because-
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
first introduction to Minola's art. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is cool. What's this? Like, who is this guy?
That
Yeah.
and Cosmic Odyssey. I mean, it's like Mignola was working at DC.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. You know.
All right, so here we go. League of Justice, and let me bring it in. Like here we have
Okay, nice.
here we have Superman like in this Lone Ranger, in like a Lone Ranger suit, like because he's from
Right,
Kansas.
Silver.
He's from Kansas, okay. So and he's basically the sheriff in Smallville. Here we have Alan Scott Alan Scott, who has the ring from Oa.
Mm-hmm.
The Wonder
But
Woman.
is he gay? That's all that matters.
I don't know. I
need to know. I really need to know.
Why do you need to know who he fucks? Okay.
Because if it's important for you to know who MJ's.
I wouldn't have thought so back then.
You never know. Dude,
Maybe.
that's what it's all
If he
about.
was, he probably had to keep it in the closet if he was back then.
Normalize the past. I'm just messing.
All right, so here we have Wonder Woman, who's like based off like the Jules Verne's version of Journey from the Center of the Earth. That's her entire backstory. Themyscira was in the center of the Earth.
Uh-huh.
Here we have
that's all women think they're the center of the world, don't they? Jeez. What a hell of a metaphor.
Here's Jake Garrick. I'm not sure about him, but also right here, Cyborg. He has
Cyborg,
yeah, like the
a steampunk cyborg. That would be cool.
Yeah, he has like this John Henry looking look on it of him on him. And then here's like Martian Manhunter right here, and of course you got Batman.
I like the way it's got the logos, the classic DC and Elseworlds as well. There,
yeah, it's basically an Elseworld book. All right, so like before you go, Gray, it's almost time for you to go.
I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we've got the get ready for an early Christmas party, lunchtime here.
Yeah.
Sunday lunch. So.
All right, so I want to get your best and your worst of 2024. So
pressure,
like,
the pressure's on.
Best movie, best TV show, best comic, worst TV show.
Okay, I thought you just meant comics. I was thinking about comics.
I don't even think he watches television.
Oh.
Do you
best
watch
TV
television?
show, Shogun, which was
Okay.
people have forgotten that was this year. That was like, I think it was like spring. I've got the Japanese bias, so I'll go for Shogun over Penguin, although Penguin was awesome as well. Worst TV show? I don't know. I don't really watch crap TV. I won't watch it. I refuse to watch crap TV. Best movie? My God, I'm totally blank. What came out this year, guys? Give us some hints.
Wolverine.
Dune Chapter 2.
I was thinking of Dune 2, but Zendaya kind of not spoilt it, but I don't know.
Oh, she played her role to a T, yo.
Furiosa.
She wasn't Cheney.
Cheney's supposed to be unlikable. She's supposed to represent, you have a teenage daughter, right?
I've read the books, and she doesn't come across as unlikable in the books.
No. She's completely different than Villeneuve. I could talk all day about Villeneuve Channing and how different she is and why she's different, because she does represent third wave academic feminism, intersectional feminism.
It's just that constant scowl she has, kind of like what put me off.
Because this is it. I mean, like a lot of it is right here. I'm going to say it. You don't have to be liked to be respected. And men been getting away with that for forever. So now it's their comeuppance. Seriously, than the scowl and like the unlikability. You know what I mean? But still.
So, like Gray already said this, and this is probably going to be my choice for worst TV show, The Acolyte.
I didn't watch it. Well, I watched a part of the first episode. But
the shit I've seen about it, like the parts I saw, it didn't look too bad. I mean, I think
it was just terrible to me, the whole thing.
From what I gather, I didn't watch it, but I've heard that they managed to fuck up lesbian space witches.
What? How dare they?
Call me lesbian space witches.
Like how? How are you gonna mess that up, man? Like
I'll go and watch Flesh Gordon for my lesbian space witches.
Dun.
All right, so and what about comics for that?
Again, that's really difficult. Comics for the best of. I've been having a quick scope through.
What was your least favorite comic? Do you remember? Do you have like the one comic book that wiped the smile off your face this year? Do you remember it? Like for me, it was Ultimate X-Men #4, specifically that kind of thing.
Probably Dazzler, just for the writing, not to do with any kind of representation, but the writing in Dazzler issue 1, just go and have a read of that.
Oh, jeez.
It was so bad.
It's
Really bad.
awful.
So that's probably the worst. For best, guys, it's very difficult, but it's close. It's between Duke, the miniseries came out. That's probably my favourite series. Or it could be Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, the animal serial killer story, which is unbelievable.
So good.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one, isn't it, guys? And even recent ones like the Batman and Robin, your favourite, Eric, Batman and Robin Year 1 by Mark Waid, is actually one of my favourite Batman stories this year.
I bet you it's great, and because Chris Samney's got that
look. Chris Samney's art is so good on it.
He's so spot on. I love Robin at that age. The youngest kind of Robin you can throw at Batman, the best, because it's a bit more fantastic, and it's a bit more Batman has to actually be on his game to protect a literal child. You know what I mean?
It takes me back to when I first started reading Batman. It was, Dick Grayson when he was young.
Yeah, it was a
kind
kid.
of missed that. Yeah,
and he looks it too because he's wearing the most traditional looking Robin uniform. There are no modern enhancements.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna let Gray go. Have time for his family.
Got to do some cooking. Get some cooking on the go, then ready for lunch. What time is it? It's almost
on the barbie.
Almost 10 a.m. here. No, I wish I could have a
Merry
barbecue.
Christmas,
it's
Gray.
freezing, bloody freezing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Christmas.
Well, hopefully see you before New Year, but yeah.
Yeah, we're probably next show is probably going to be until after New Year.
Okay, no worries.
Merry Christmas, Gray, to you and your family and everyone in Japan.
Feliz Navidad.
And I'll see you at your next gym show where you have Gray, Japanese AI.
I believe in Father Christmas. That's what I say.
Talking Morrison with Gray. I love that.
Kenzo, best wishes to you too, mate. Have a great time.
You too, buddy.
Happy
Have a
Christmas
good
for
one.
the UK as well. And Eric in the States and Bandito, thanks for having me on, man. All the best to you.
No problem.
See you soon. I'll be in the chat anyway. I'm going to keep watching.
All right. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So great. So let's move on. Move
on.
Yeah. So this just came out a couple weeks ago. The Warhammer series is a go. Henry Cavill at the helm. In an Instagram post, Henry Cavill just went to his local hobby shop in Jersey, where he celebrated the fact that Amazon and Games Workshop finally came up with a deal to get Warhammer to greenlight Warhammer, and I am praying they do not screw this up.
I think that he wouldn't, if they were still trying to push for female space marines and blah blah blah, then he wouldn't have got involved. I think he wants it to be, even though the law itself has gone a bit woke of late, I guess, or the people that's in charge of the law have gone a bit I don't know, not how you would expect them to be. Well, I don't want to sound like an anti-woke weirdo,
Wokey.
But they upset a lot of people in the fandom. Let's just say. I do like Warhammer. I'm a fan of the lore. I used to paint a few models back in the day, but I don't play the game. I'm not, I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not, but it certainly did upset a few fans, some of the stuff they've done lately.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw the Secret Level series, but the Warhammer section, it was just awesome. It just showed some great things. It had chaos, it had space marines, it had the lore. Yeah. One of my favorite parts was when the purity seals, with space marines or any other member of the Imperium, they would have these purity seals that were that they would put on their armor as to protect them from chaos by the God Emperor. As soon as they got into the chaos waste, the purity seals just started to burn up. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
the thing that I just had, like I was saying, was people, like in D&D where they were trying to have inclusive stuff in there, like people in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like they were also doing it in Warhammer. There was people trying to make sort of space marine models that were in wheelchairs, and they were like, come on, man, what's more honorable than, a brother being given a piece of machinery that's going to help him be able to, carry on and fight on the battlefield on behalf of the Emperor. And people are like, yeah, dreadnoughts exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what? They're like, and I remember the biggest debacle was when they introduced the female custodies.
Yeah, I know. Come on, man.
And I mean, Sylph even thought that was a bad idea. And
what's wrong with Sisters of Battle, man?
He Sylph thought that was a bad idea.
What's wrong with it is because you stinky boys need to learn a lesson. And you need to share the power. And if you're not going to share, we're just going to take it from you and make tea with your tears, with your fanboy tears. It tastes so good. That's it. There's no other reason.
I'm talking about. Yeah. But I don't think Henry Cavill is going to play for that. It's going to be, it's going to please the people. I'm hoping.
Yeah. I mean, he took a, like, one of the things is like I found funny was like when they did, like, when Warhammer Plus put out a mini series featuring the female custody that they were hyping up. They were mad because of the way she looked. The ones that were like, oh yay, female custody. And let me just show it to you. They thought that she was going to look like Autumn Ivy.
I like boob armor.
Yeah,
I do.
They thought
she was a fan of boob armor, but not. Come on, man.
They thought that she was going to look like Autumn Ivy, who's this like pretty built, beautiful woman. They were thought that she was going to look like a muscle mommy and
like an Amazonian. Okay.
Like woof.
She looks like a Russian shot putter.
Yeah. It's just like they were like, what? She doesn't look female enough. It's not a muscle mommy. And I'm like, well, this is what you wanted. Why are you crying? And with war there, but like one of the things that I'm really hoping for with this series is that we do get like not only like we show like the good of the universe, but also the bad, because this is basically a grim dark setting and everything. And it is just one of the facts. I mean, in the grim darkness of the far future, there's only war.
It's literally hell on earth in some places.
Yeah.
Sully
is Oh, I thought you were frozen at it. Yeah. So, like, Sully, if this series comes out, would you be interested in watching it?
Is it on Prime?
It's going to be on Prime.
I could watch it because that's the only station I got.
Did you see any of the animated stuff that they did, Sully?
No. Warhammer's not my cuppa, but I respect it, and I respect the fight against the forces of woke, and how one thing. Okay, this is TMI, too much information, but one of my favorite things to see yearly is the Little League World Series. Why? Because the losers always cry. And there's nothing in the world like seeing a bunch of 11, 12-year-old boys crying their fucking eyes out on national television. And so this Warhammer community of yours crying over women, infiltrating your sacred male space, it just fucking says everything about woke. and the infiltration of it, of the mind virus.
I mean, they keep saying
I'm being an ass.
this is what there was this one one guy who did one of the stupidest video I've ever seen. It's saying how basically how Warhammer is a problem, and it was his name is Alan something, and he basically put out an entire video trying to say how Warhammer is this fascist hobby.
It is.
It is.
But what's wrong with that? It's a fantasy of, like, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta live. You gotta play with that and get it out of your system.
But this is one thing he said. He says that there in the Warhammer Space Marine 2 video game, like they will put the Space Marines on a pedestal and not show them doing the horrific things. And he basically also did that stupid comparison of saying how like the Tyranids are a stand-in for the Jewish people. And it's like, what?
There is some similarities, but I don't really see it myself.
No, it's like, okay.
That's like saying the Klingons are Irish.
And the orcs are black
plausible.
people. And
the orcs are black people.
Yeah.
No,
and,
I mean
and dark elves are Muslim.
Cultural Marxists, and they're just trying to take art away from you by making it propaganda.
I would say the Tyranids are more like Zionists, not just Jews themselves. You know, not all Jews are Zionists. It's important.
What?
I am joking.
Okay.
They're not. The Tyranids are like the Tyranids, Eric, are like the from Starship Troopers. You know, like the spider creatures. Like they're kind of like them. So.
Well, I also think
only that.
Like, dude,
you remember the Zergs from StarCraft?
No.
Nope.
Okay. All right. How about the Xenomorphs?
Yes.
Those are basically
They're kind of like Xenomorphs.
Yeah. So they have a hive mind. They have a queen, and the one thing that they want to do is expand.
There's gene stealers. There's all different types of ones.
Yeah, and they're basically saying how he's basically saying, like, he's using Starship Troopers as comparison, and like it's like Starship Troopers and Starship Troopers the movie and Warhammer are two completely different beasts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And like he keeps saying how we need to put more positivity in Warhammer. Give them female Space Marines and
more positive.
Make a safe space in Warhammer.
There is an army who only fight because it's fun. To them, it's fun.
We need to make safe spaces for all people, and all of yours just stinky over violent gun violence and violences.
I mean, like,
you need Lady Space Marines are going to bring a new element to. They're going to hug it out with your space orcs. Think about it.
I told this to Sylph.
No idea.
I told this to
blood for the blood gods.
Yeah, I told this to Sylph when we were talking about why only men can be Space Marines, and I said, they're and when well, and I was like, well, you know that I was like, their technology may be advanced, but it's so backwards and Stone Age to them that they don't have like DNA scans anymore. They just look at dangly bits and say, okay, you can be a space marine.
Mm. There is trans representation in it though. There's Slanesh.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I told him that, and he's like, and I'm like, no offense. And I'm like, why would I be offended? Like, that's the way the world, that's the way the universe, like, that universe is. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, trans people would, like, I told him about the short story where a sister of battle transitioned from a man to a woman, and that was basically retcon because people would be like, that wouldn't work because not only would she be viewed as a heretic, her entire chapter would be viewed as heretics, and it would also go up against the oh, sweet. Yeah, I got that problem too.
Oh yes.
As soon as they fall behind a desk, they're gone, or under the bed, they're gone.
Plastic crack is expensive in all its forms. You know, I don't do that. The Gunpla is my vice, and it can be very pricey.
Yeah, I'm putting together my own my little gray pile of shame.
Have you painted any of the big ones, the Todd McFarlane ones?
No, those ones all came pre-painted.
Yes, I see in the store they had a few of the unpainted ones.
Yeah. Oh, you got a Gundam?
I got a Macross.
Oh, Macross.
Nice.
This is a Quadlon Rao. It's the female Zentrani. They're called the Melatrani. They keep it segregated. The men and the women cannot live together because they hate each other. And but the Melantrani are just as deadly, if not deadlier, than their male counterparts, the Zentrani. You know, the giants. And this is the leader, the ace of the Melantrani. Her name is Mira Perina, and Miria is this is her power suit, and she gets into a dogfight with the Macross's ace, Maximilian Sterling, Maximilian Genius, and they fight to a draw. And so she's so mad at him for that she micronizes. She shrinks down to human size, infiltrates the Macross, finds him, tries to kill him, and they fall madly in love. And they're together ever since.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when that was Robotech. But like with but going back to like Warhammer, one of the things is that the whole thing like with the Sisters of Battle is that they can't have any men because they're not allowed to have men at arms at all.
There's some plastic crack. I had some plastic crack laying around.
Oh yeah. Do you get like? Here's Roman asks, do we have any favorite action figures for the year? For me, it would probably be like the McFarlane. It would probably be like the McFarlane statues, especially the one of Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 301. That was a great step. Yeah.
Mine was the latest American Werewolf in London Wolf that came out.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty mean looking. You get two different heads with it. The box art's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
got that one, and I got the classic Kong as well.
Really?
This year, yeah.
Okay. There's like one of the things that came out that was released last week, and I just finished playing it, and I'm gonna go back playing it again. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a love letter to the original series. I mean, You guys got to see this opening cinematic, and this is just the opening cinematic, and it's part of the. It's also part of the tutorial level, because you know how in video games there's always a tutorial level to show you how everything goes out. Well, I want to show you guys what the way they did this tutorial level.
I'm not much of a gamer, but
yeah,
I play with my kids. You know, I used to game, but then having children, I kind of stopped. Didn't have time, but I do get to play some Roblox nowadays, and like some Minecraft and Goat Simulator and stuff like that. Little Nightmares.
All right, so here's let me show you. Ah, crap. Sorry about that.
Marvel Legends, Strange Tales, Dracula. I'll have a look for that figure. Yeah, my son likes me spending a lot of money on action figures too. We had a few of the Marvel Legends ones this year as well.
Now this is just a tutorial.
Okay.
Senor, the Jovitos could be watching us. Jovitos don't like intruders.
Relax.
The Jovitos are near. Poison is still fresh, 3 days. They're following us. If they knew we were here, they would have killed us already.
Sorry, guys.
That looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, this is actually Bethesda, and they have been having a rocky track record as of late.
Yeah. It kind of like reminds me of, you know, like the Spider-Man games on PlayStation, that kind of
yeah, that kind of nostalgia that they
yeah. They kind of look really close to real, but not. You know, there's still that uncanny valley, man. He never quite look right. And
yeah.
Like the backgrounds manage to trick my eyes sometimes, like the foliage and rocks and stuff like that. But it's with the people, there's just something about them.
Yeah.
The temple is up there, senor.
It still looks great.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a tutorial level to show you how the game works and all the mechanics.
This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in.
A friend of yours?
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
Senor, nobody has come out of there alive. Please.
I must say that my kids, my youngest plays the Miles Morales and the Spider-Man 2 game on his PlayStation, and he always just wants to skip the cutscenes. He doesn't want to watch them. And sometimes you need to watch them to find out what's going on, you know, like, but he's so impatient. He's like, you know, part of this, I don't know, TikTok, YouTube Shorts generation. They have such a low attention span, you know.
Yeah.
They can't sit and watch a 2-minute cutscene. They have to just get straight back into the action.
Yeah.
See ya.
But they're taking this part from the Lost Ark. Is the game based on Raiders of the Lost Ark, or is it a different story?
Yeah, the game is basically a different story, but they took the entire opening tutorial scene, opening tutorial scene to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's an entirely different story.
But they just took the beats from the original cinematography.
Yeah, it's basically showing you how to play the. They feel like this is the best way to play for them to play the game.
Forrestal.
This is so cis heteronormative. When do I get to play as Phoebe Waller-Bridge, please?
Are you a big gamer, Eric? Do you play video games?
Oh my goodness, I'm putting the gay in gamers right now.
Well, you play Animal Crossing, stuff like that?
No, I play Star Wars games, if anything. Like Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017 was fucking great. I've spent hours playing that game. I hate.
Hurry. There is nothing to fear.
You should try Star Wars Jedi.
That's what scares
Jedi Survivor or Star Wars.
It's
Jedi.
too much like Ghost of Tsushima, or Witcher Wild Hunt. It's just like it's those big old they bore me, and I hate puzzle parts. They irk me. I just fucking puzzle. I want to fly. I want to drive. And I want sports.
Yeah. I don't like that sometimes with games where it'll be like the combat is like, all right, press X, and then it will do like 25 different things, and it'll be like press up, down, up, down, up, down, and then it will do some other shit. It's not. I found that Spider-Man game was like that.
You know what? I really got into Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Really?
That was amazing. That was sick.
Yeah.
It was like playing the cartoon.
Yeah.
And plus, it had so many classic combos.
Yeah.
It was a really standard fighting game, and that was just it bridged a lot of gap. You know what I mean?
So, like, here's the best part.
And that's Doc Ock, right?
No.
No.
It's basically
The actor. Isn't that Al? What's his face?
No, he was basically Joel from The Last of Us. He's doing a Harrison Ford impression.
Give me the whip.
You mean the actor in the 81?
Yeah.
That is Dr.
Al Molina.
Eric, yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Adios, señor.
Adios, Vito.
Indiana!
America. It's only America.
Man, I knew 10 years ago. I learned to hate you in the last 10 years. Well, where the hell were you? Damn it, don't you leave me down here by myself!
Hello.
Yeah, that was just that that was just like the opening to tutorial section, and it's like it was like a complete everything that they did was like a complete love letter to the fans. I mean, the villain was over the top and goofy. The female character that they had on there, she was basically a love interest, but she also worked with Indiana with Indiana. Like their banter, they have like this funny creative banter going on between them. Like it was just like if you guys want to try it, it was released. I mean, you could try if you have an Xbox Live account or an Xbox Plus account, you could play it on there, or you could get it on Steam or PC, Steam or PlayStation. It's really a fun game. It shows that it just shows like they truly did have a lot of love for this series, and I was afraid that they might have this modernization of Indiana Jones, kind of like they did with the Dial of Destiny. But I was pretty happy to eat crow about this one game because the story was great.
You can't shoot the Nazi dogs though.
No, you can't. You can scare them with a whip.
And did you take pictures of the cats?
What was that? You cut out.
Eric, are you going to roast a duck for Christmas? No. I did that once a while back. I made duck l'orange for Christmas. And the most important thing, if you're going to roast a duck, I got this from Julia Child. Remove the wishbone from its neck before you roast it. And because it's just worth it. It just because when you're slicing it when it's done, it saves a lot of hassle. It really does.
Was it a Christmas story where they ended up getting Peking duck because
the duck it's smiling at me.
Yeah, they ended up their entire Christmas dinner was ruined because the dog.
The Bumpus' dogs.
Yeah,
Bumpus!
They left the door open and the dogs came in. Like after he accidentally he thought he shot his eye out, but because of the BB gun backfired on him. But
we're having turkey.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have ham.
We're having a turkey, a ham, and lots of pigs in blanket.
I'm gonna get a Big Mac.
Pigs in a blanket.
I'm gonna find a McDonald's, and I'm gonna have a Big Mac and a chicken McNugget too. Maybe a Happy Meal. Why would kids buy them if they were called sad meals?
All right.
I'm ripping off Pinky in the Brain. Pinky, are you pondering the same thing I'm pondering? Yeah, but why would kids buy them if they were called sad meals, Brain? No.
All right, so let's wrap this up. This is probably going to be the last show of this year, so let's go with the best and worst of 2024.
With the best of times, they were the worst of times. Spot.
So,
getting
like,
sentimental in your old age.
So, like Eric, Kenzo, same thing. Sully, Kenzo, same thing. Like I asked Gray, like best comic book, worst comic book, best TV series, worst TV series, best movie, worst movie.
Well, that's easy for me because like I don't watch TV anymore, so I haven't watched any new TV. I think I've only seen one new movie this year, and it was Dune Chapter 2, and I liked it. I got drunk, so I saw it in 70 millimeter. at my local movie house, and we have a 70 millimeter projector, and so it's a better cut of the movie than IMAX because you have more range of vision, like on the tops and the bottom of the frame. So it's just a different print of the movie, and it's superior to IMAX. I'd rather 70 millimeter any day. And Johnny didn't ruin it for me, no. And let's see, I didn't see any bad movies this year, unless it's Dune 2. Okay, worst comic book of the year is Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, because it's just a...
What was it you cut off?
Me?
You cut off a little bit.
My worst comic of the year is Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko. It's misandrist. It's man-hating. And it's just a complete waste of the opportunity of this new world. And these are not X-Men stories. This is just, every male in this book is awful, or a victim, or a self-deleter, or just, it's just, there are no heroic men. No men have any good qualities. It's all girl stuff. And I feel so like this is made for a general audience. This is supposed to be the Ultimate X-Men. It's 10 issues in, and every issue since I dropped it at 4 has proven me right. And it makes me mad because I love Peach Momoko's art. I think their color choices are great. I like her panel progressions. I love her art. I love her style. I love the little cultural things in the back of the book. She has like a cipher in the back of the book that just describes little Japanese cultural things. And but then it's the whole misandry. It's a man-hating book. And I'm just disgusted by that. I don't like that one bit. And there have been plenty of other terrible books, but no, it's Ultimate X-Men. Such a disappointment. Best book for Marvel, it's The Incredible Hulk by Philip Kennedy Johnson, Nick Klein, and Danny Earls. I've been so satisfied with that book. It's my favorite Marvel book. I'm so happy to be tuned into that. My best DC book of the year 2024 is Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams and Harmonico. And what great art, the great colors too. Colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. And just because it is about a new war of light. And what Jeremy Adams is doing with it, he's really taken the Jeff Johns stuff up to the next level. And I'm really liking that. Jeremy Adams just plays so well with the action figures in our toy box. He's going to be writing Green Lantern Corps and also a new Aquaman #1 coming out any week now. And I'm really looking forward to that. When it comes to the indie books, my favorites were The Sacrificers by Rick Remender and Max Fiumara, Local Man by Tim Seeley and Tony Fleeks, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. That was just an amazing...
Crap. You keep cutting out. Sorry, you kept cutting out. Like you with Local Man by... Well, what was it? What were you talking about? Local Man?
Local Man by Tim Seeley and Tony Fleeks, and The Sacrificers. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Wonderful book. It's like Dexter. It's about a serial killer in a small town, and she has this secret life, and nobody knows. And then somebody finds out and tries to compete with her for these like really like for the serial killer. But it's like it's well done. It looks like a Richard Scarry childhood book. If you know who Richard Scarry is, he did like anthropomorphic animals living like with like trucks and small towns and wearing pants. It's just like that, but now let's intersect it with Dexter. Really good book. 6-issue mini. I turned on to Savage Dragon this year. I love Savage Dragon. That book's really fun. It's not for everyone. It's completely adult. It's ribald, and it's foolish. But he's got such great superhero poses, such great superhero fighting panels, and it's I'm a big fan now.
All right.
Yeah.
Roman has a question for you. What was your favorite dish this year?
Ooh, let's see. The Irish chicken curry at my public house, at my bar. They use Irish curry powder. And it's just add hot water. It's just like what my grandma would make, and it comes with fries. So I get curry fries, and it's just like grandma used to make, and it's just like, yes, please. And it's my comfort food. You know, I cook all day, and last thing I want to do when I get home is to cook. So sometimes I go to the pub, and I get a nice big plate full of Irish chicken curry with fries and rice, and a pint of Guinness.
All right, Kenzo, your turn. What was your best and worst for this year?
I quite did enjoy the Dune movie, so I'll probably go with that one. I didn't enjoy the Alien. Was it Romulus?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that. I think my worst TV show that I had to sit through was Agatha.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was
painful
to watch.
Yeah, I know you said your wife liked it, but I guess
There was a couple of episodes I caught myself not almost tolerating it, but for the most part I really hated it.
Okay.
Yeah. And best TV show. I don't know. I quite enjoyed the Rick and Morty anime, and I've been enjoying Dragon Ball Daima so far. Yeah.
Okay, and you haven't done the books, so like, right?
I've read a few comic books, but I don't really want to talk about them.
All right,
I read Yaira by the Soska Sisters, illustrated by Deborah Carita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me.
There was a lot going on. It was like.
Okay, were you pleased with the art?
There has been some controversy. I thought that there was, I've seen a couple of people reviewing it also, and I picked up on a few of the things. If there is an art editor at the company, there's certain things that if I was an art editor, I think I would have picked up on, and that he missed. There was one panel in particular where you have Yaira sitting on a bed, and there is shadows coming in through the window, and it's the shadows of the window frames, and they disappear behind objects, that they should be falling on. And they look really weird on her. It looks like there's ribbons covering her. The perspective of them's well off. But there's it's comics. Not everything's going to be perfect. I don't want to hate too much, but yeah, I did.
Right. Like I haven't nibbled on Rippaverse yet.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, but
it reminded me of something from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
That's what it reminded me of.
I'm not impressed with the art from what I've seen, from any of it.
All right. So here, Roman chimed in.
Worst the Acolyte, best Shogun.
I heard Shogun was good.
Yeah, it won the grant. It won Emmys for it. Basically, sweep the Emmys.
There's still a few things that I want to watch that come out that I haven't watched. I haven't watched Penguin yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Supposed to be good.
All right, so next one. He hasn't seen any movie. He doesn't watch any movies anymore. He's waiting for Nosferatu, though.
Yeah. Christmas
Can't
Day.
think of what else I watched this year. I watched Transformers 1. That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine says I gotta watch Hundreds of Beavers. He's just like, you gotta stop, drop, and watch that movie. This is a solid wreck.
Oh, come on. Ultimates wasn't that bad.
Ultimate's is terrible, man.
The old stuff's good, but I've never not read the new stuff.
Like Ultimates isn't that bad. I mean, yeah, they're doing guerrilla tactics, but they're in a world where the bad guys won. And yeah, it may look like terrorist threats, but it's basically the same thing that the Jewish people did during World War II or the French Resistance. But like his is Get Fury, but I wouldn't put. All right, so like I did like Get Fury. Get Fury was a good movie. It was It was basically that it was blood, guts, political, overt, underhanded political things. So basically, it was basically a Garth Ennis book.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought issue 1 was amazing, but it was never able to one up that, and it should have, because it had 5 more issues to go, and I don't, I was disappointed myself with Get Fury. I'm like, I spent $30 on this.
I was okay. I was fine with it. I mean, especially like when you're reading Amazing Spider-Man bi-weekly. Get Fury is like a breath of fresh air, and especially how they keep on pushing that new Punisher. Mm-hmm. You know the one that is like basically Diet Frank.
Mm-hmm.
But like, okay, so like my turn. First, we're gonna go with the best show, the worst show. It's probably gonna be The Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand The Acolyte, and people.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, one episode.
Okay.
One episode, and it was just like, this is supposed to be Star Wars, right?
Yes.
I didn't watch it.
It was just bad. Best TV show, I'm going to have to go like a tie between Dan Dan and X-Men 97.
Ooh.
Or hell, even Dragon. I enjoy Dragon Ball Diamond, but I wouldn't say it was best show. But like, I watched a lot of anime and I watched a lot of shows. Like, I wouldn't say I'm not. Fallout was good, but not great. They did put a lot of emphasis on the character building, like with the ghoul and the vault dweller and this guy who's just trying to think. He thinks he's part of the good guys with the Brotherhood of Steel, but he doesn't know shit about how the world works, especially in this like wasteland where everybody's trying to get power. So it's basically a lot of things. Like it's basically a good show. It has a lot of callbacks to the game. But I wouldn't put it best show, but like Dan Dan and X-Men 97, those were amazing shows. And as for movies, best movie, I'm going to have to give it to Dune 2. I like that one.
A clean sweep.
Yeah.
I also saw like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but I liked it, but I don't think it was as good as like Afterlife. But like worst movie, I have to give it to Gladiator too. It was a real disappointment for me because of after how it just abruptly ended. And I was enjoying the movie. I was enjoying the movie for so far, but it just ended abruptly. I mean, I did like Denzel being this cartoonish villain. Like, he just hammed it up in every scene he was in. And it was like, but it was kind of like a big disappointment for me. And but probably like the worst of the worst, Madam Web.
Ooh.
Madam Web was just bad.
Have
I
you
never
seen
watched
Craven?
it.
No, I have no interest in seeing Craven after Madam Web. But like, next is for books. Best book, I am going to give it to Rat City.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for indies, I'm giving it to Rat City. That's a great concept for Spawn. I mean, you cannot. It's just so like, put like Spawn in the year 2099 and you get Rat City. And basically Al Simmons' body is going in through Al Simmons' soul is going in through a veteran who lost his arm in an implant, and he's Spawn. And so, like, it is just so the writing, the action, it's just so on point.
Mm-hmm.
Worst, or best Marvel, I'm going to have to. It's either going to be Shadow of the Green Goblin and Ultimate Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of the Green Goblin was just so great, especially showing like the creation of the Proto Goblin, seeing Norman as he was before he was influenced by the Goblin, and everything that was going. Everything was just great. The art, the action, and the story is it's Spider-Man, like, right after Uncle Ben passed away. So it is just a great part to pick up during during Spider-Man and Spider-Man 1. Worst Marvel, it's gonna have to be Jackpot and Black Cat and Amazing Spider-Man. Both were just terrible. Poorly written. The art was good, but it's just the art was good, but it just shows how. Thank you for joining us again. The art was good. The art was good for those two books, but it just shows how out of touch Wells and Lowe are with the Spider-Man fan base, and with especially with Jackpot and Black Cat, who asked for more Paul? Not a lot. Nobody.
I just do that to rile you up.
And also,
he doesn't mean it, ladies and gentlemen.
also, like MJ sounded like a hypocrite during issue 3 of Jackpot and Black Cat, and it just shows how out of touch these guys were throughout the whole year and throughout Zeb Wells' run. And Lowe is probably picked Joe Kelly for the new run because he's the safe bet. As for like the best DC comic, I'm going to give it to Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Age of Krypton, because it just shows a new version of the Justice League. It's building them up, and the art was great, and the story was great as well. It shows so many innovations to the characters, but for the worst comic book DC comic, I'm gonna have to give it to Jason Aaron's Absolute Superman #1.
Ooh.
I know this is like the big world building one, but I know they're trying to do it like without it, but I mean, Absolute Superman #2 was better because it showed him being Superman and him putting people first, being the best. Showing people that he is the best. He is the best, even though he has these like godlike powers. But Absolute Superman #1, it was just so dark and dreary. It was like looking into the Snyderverse. So like that would have to be my least favorite my worst comic from DC. All right, but thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas, Happy
Merry
Holidays, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2025. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for being here with us, guys. I'm Bandito Bane. That's Kenzo UK. That's Reverend Sully. And we have been Geeks Talking Geek.
Geeks. Bye, Geeks.